they despised the pleasant land, they believed not his word, but murmured in their tents, and hearkened not unto the voice of the I am. Therefore he lifted up his hand against them, and overthrow them in the wilderness, to overthrow their seed also among the nations, and to scatter them in the lands. They joined themselves unto Baal Peor, and ate the sacrifices of the dead. They provoked him to anger with their inventions, and the plague brake in upon them. Then stood up Phinehas, and executed judgments, so the plague was stayed. And that was counted unto him for righteousness unto all generations forevermore. They angered him at all the waters of strife, that it went ill with Moses for their sake, because they provoked his spirit, and he spake unadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the I am commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen, and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. They were defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions. Wherefore was the wrath of the I am kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen, that they hated them that ruled over them. And their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand. Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel, and they were brought low for their iniquity. Nevertheless, he regarded their afflictions when he heard their cry, and he remembered them. Remembered for them his covenant, and repented according to the multitude of his mercies. He made them also to be pitied to all those that carried them captives. Save us, O Yahweh our God, and gather us from among the heathen, to give thanks unto thy holy name, and to triumph in thy praise. Blessed be the I am God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting, and let all the people say, Amen. Praise ye the I am. Psalms chapter 106, verses 25 through 48. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits, who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts. And let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me in my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Glory to the Most High, glory to the Most High. This is the day, yes, the day that he's allowed us to wake up. Yes, he made the day a long time ago, when he made the sun and the moon, or the greater light to move by day and the lesser to rule the night. Yes, he did. All praises to his name. And we give God the glory on this eve of the Sabbath, the Shabbat Sabbath, the lunar Sabbath. Yes, we thank God for that, and we thank God for you, and you. And also we thank God for those of you that have been with us since the beginning, and those of you that have been with us here and there's about, and those of you who have just subscribed. And we thank God for those of you who are about to subscribe, and those of you who are just viewing, just sneaking up in there, calling those things that are not as though they are. All praises. You know, the psalmist, he says some good things. Even today you see those who are supposed to be of Israel, and how we still worship idols, and anything that's in heaven, we bow down ourselves. You bow down yourself to your Yahweh. You bow down yourself to your Jesus. I don't care what color you say he is, still non-existence. It's non-existent, period. There's nothing you can do or say. I mean, you have to prove that this thing is so. These people have set up so many things with this Yahweh, Yahusha, Jesus, and all this other stuff. God has nobody beside him. No man has seen God at any time. Even your New Testament says that. It has been inbred in you that you cannot let it go. It's there. God can't even get it out you unless you have a desire to know the truth and accept it when you see it and understand it. Yes, God does not lay with his creation. Neither there is no one in history with God of immaculate conception. There is no way God would go against his own word. And there is no one beside the Most High. And there have been many messiahs. There was Moses, there was Noah, there was many messiahs. You're talking about this Isis has caused you to be passive, and you're really going at your enemy, which wants to take you and unalive you quickly. Instead of you unalive him, you say, "Oh, you can do this to me, but I'm gonna raise up on the third day." No, you're not. You ain't going nowhere. Look at the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch says that there's two places. There's a place for the wicked dead to rest, and there's a place for the righteous, those that have obeyed the commandments, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High from the time of Adam till today. Until that time that the I Am has established and appointed, that they may even be judged. Everyone. The judgment is just to show you that God already knows the sentence is torment. Yes, the sentence is torment. Why? That those who have been redeemed and have given a new life, that they may know this is what will happen to you if you turn back again. Yes. Think about it. Read the book of Enoch. Now we're in the book of 1 Kings. Yes, Israel has been through so many, 1 Chronicles. Israel has been through so many ups and downs, and each individual and one individual having bitterness collectively gathers others, and they're trying to please each other in their sin. The commandments are really easy. They're really easy. The statutes and the laws are easy. Apparently David and King David and Saul and Samuel, they all figured it out. Acknowledge the I Am in all your ways, and he will direct your path. Acknowledge him in your lust and your desires, whether they be good or evil. That way God can deliver you. Acknowledge by understanding and knowing the Most High that he is one that's full of mercy, and also he is one that can deliver you by reminding you of his word. You don't need no Holy Ghost for that. God is the Spirit. And those that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. True. That is true. But what spirit are you going to, what do you mean by spirit? The right attitude. Being honest, because God sees your heart before you even know it. The heart is above all deceitful. Who can know it? But the Most High tries your intentions. Yes. Now we're in 1 Chronicles chapter 5. 1 Chronicles chapter 5. Yes, this is the Chronicles of Reuben. And it reads, now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, or Jacob. He was the firstborn for as much as he defiled his father's bed. Now if you read back, Reuben had slept with his father's concubine. I don't know what he got in him, but what man would want his father's wife? Yuck. I don't care whether she's young or old. What man wants his father's wife? You've got to be deranged. You have to be so caught up and so thinking that God don't see you, so thinking that this is just like wanting your own mother. No. That's something your father been with. You like, come on. Okay. He says, for much he defiled his father's bed. His birthright was given unto the sons of Joseph. And the son of Jacob, or as you know it today, Israel. And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright. For Judah prevailed above his brethren of him, and of him came the chief ruler, but the birthright was Joseph's. Now, he gave Joseph and Judah, Judah was to be the scepter, and Joseph, he gave him part of the birthright too, and that he was a protector. The sons, I say, of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok and Palu and Hezron and Carmi. The sons of Joel, Shemaiah, his son, Gog, his son, Shimei, his son, Micah, his son. Now these are the sons of Reuben we're talking about. Reiah, his son, Baal, his son. Now this is probably a son that has, you can see the name of this devil that he has named his son after. Apparently his Baal was the son of Reiah, according to as I understand here. Now Beriah, his son, the son of Baal, whom Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, carried away captive. And you can find these in the book of Jasher. The same names, everything. The book of Jasher has these things in it, and the book of Jubilees do too. These are the things that are there. How come these books are not violent? They're mentioned in the genealogies. They mentioned elsewhere. But I'm going to tell you something. These people have gotten a hold of these things and started putting it in the Old English language. If it's written in English, it's in the Old English language. But if you can read if you understand and can read the Ethiopian language or even the ancient Ethiopian language, you'll be better off. Yes, you will. If you want to know the truth. So it's good to study. If you can use that as if you're in college and you decide that you want to learn linguistics, take up linguistics of ancient languages and how to decipher and convert these ancient languages, because some of these people that translate this, what we call holy scriptures, are very devious and, they're very devious. And if you can find an original copy, especially an original copy of these writings, see, they stay true. Mostly it's true, it's correct. But there's some deviances in this thing. You can tell it, but you can't prove it. Especially that New Testament. That thing needs to be thrown in the trash and burnt up somewhere. But either way, the sons of Joel, Shemaiah his son, Gog his son. Now we're going to go back down to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, carried away captive. He was the prince of the Reubenites. And his brethren by their families, when the genealogy of their generations was reckoned, there was the chief, Jael, and Zechariah, and Bela, son of Azaz, the son of Shema, the son of Joel, dwelt in Aor, even unto Nebo and Baal-Meon. You can tell what gods they served. They was not serving the Most High. They were serving this demon, and this Canaanitish demon. And eastward he inhabited unto the entering of the wilderness from the river Euphrates, because their cattle were multiplied in the land of Gilead. In the days of Saul they made war with the Hagrites, who fell by their hand, and they dwelt in their tents throughout all the east land of Gilead. And the children of Gad dwelt over against them in the land of Bashan and Salcah, Joel the chief, and Sapham the next, and Jainai and Shaphat and Bashan. And their brethren of the house of their fathers were Michael and Meshulam, and Sheba and Jorai and Jachan and Zia and Heber, seven brethren. These are the children of Abilael, the son of Huri, the son of Jeroah, the son of Gilead, the son of Michael, the son of Jeshishai, the son of Jado, the son of Buz, I, the son of Abdel, the son of Guni, chief of the house of their fathers. And they dwelt in Gilead, in Bashan, in their towns, and in all the suburbs of Sharon upon their borders. And these were reckoned by the genealogies in the days of Jotham, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, king of Israel. Yes, he was an Israelite. Jeroboam was an Israelite, but a very hostile Israelite toward the Most High, in that he swayed them from the first commandments. Thou shalt love the I am thy God with all thine heart, with all thy soul. And the sons of Reuben, in verse 18, the sons of Reuben and the Gadites and half tribe of Manasseh, of valiant men, were men able to bear buckler and sword, and to shoot with bow and skillful war, were 40,000, even 760 that went out to war. And they made war with the Hagarites, and Jector and Nephish and Nodab. And they were helped against them, and the Hagarites were delivered into their hands, and all of these were with them, for they cried to God in battle, and he was entreated of them, and they trust in him, and they took away their cattle and their cattle of their camels, and 50,000 and of sheep, and 250,000 of asses, and 2,000 of men, 100,000. This is also found in the book of Jasher. Yes, it is. Some of you say, well, that book is not supposed to be read. Yeah, I read it. I ain't afraid of nothing as far as this is concerned. There fell down many slain, because the war was of God, and they dwelt in their steads until the captivity. And the children of the half tribe of Manasseh dwelt in the land. They increased from Bashan to Baal Hermon and Sinon unto Mount Hermon. Now you go to the book of Jasher and Jubilees, you're going to see in detail what these people did. You're going to see these names. You really are. It says, and these were the heads of the house of their fathers, even Ipher and Ishi and Eliel and Azriel and Jeremiah and Hodaviah, and Jadiel, mighty men of valor, famous men and heads of the house of their fathers. And they transgressed against God, the God of their fathers, and went a-whoring after the gods of the people of the land, whom God destroyed before them. Just like you. Israel today, you go a-whoring after this Isis. Some of you women still go about to the Queen of Heaven. You just see it in a different way. You go back up to Egyptian doctrine about God beget. God does not beget nothing. I don't care what this says. God does not beget. God is a creator. He done the creation that he has in the beginning, that man should multiply after his kind. Yes, the woman was created to bear and nurture the life of mankind. And man, he carried the seed that would, should I say, cause this being or us to get into our mothers, and she carry us for the 9 months or so and bring forth life out of the womb, out of darkness, into the light of this world. Now, and they transgressed against God. They went a-whoring after the gods. God told them not to do this. You will read this all throughout the Old Testament. He told them not to do it. And the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria. See, you wonder why you have enemies. Why is God stirring up those in South Africa, the Boers and all these? Why is God stirring up in Kenya your president to be a puppet? Why is God stirring up these puppet masters? Nigeria, not Niger, but Nigeria. The majority is not doing what is right before God, period. I don't care what the heathens say. Why are your diamonds, your gold, and all these things taken? And then you tell me why here in the United States you are suffering so much, because you take after the ways of those that oppose God, even to the carrying of this crosses and this man, your pastors and all these things you worship. Oh, I'm not worship. You are. Anything you put above God. Some of you even put your churches above your own family and your own life. You don't put God. God is just a byproduct. But you do it for your clout. You do it for to look good. You do it to sit in high places. You do it because it's your social lineup. Yes, you do. Idolatrous before God. And you think some Jesus is going to come out of the sky and collect you from here? No, it's not going to happen. Not here, now, nor evermore. It will not happen. The law, commandments, statutes, and ordinances is the way, the truth, and the life. Prove me wrong. Not no Jesus. Not no Yahweh Shai. Not no Yahushua. Moses didn't even say that of himself, and he was a Messiah by himself. Elijah, another Messiah that delivered the children of Israel. And you had different people of the judges that were Messiahs. See, you playing with words here. Some of them were prophesied of, some of them Moses was prophesied of by people that did not even know God. They were, should I say, magicians, stargazers. They saw Moses. It's all in the book of Jasher and Jubilees. But nevertheless, let's continue. Didn't know that, did you? No, you don't have to worry about me being struck down. You have to worry about yourself not pleasing God by still violating the first commandment. Why do you think they allow you to even be on the streets? Some of you camps. They don't have to have you on those streets. They get your butt off of them. Because you still, why are they turning this East black? They're trying not to see, this is God's way of keeping you blinded. You say God is the devil? No, God is not far from that. A devil? No. But didn't he say that in Deuteronomy chapter 28? That he was going to allow these things to happen? Because of your rebelliousness? You still rebelling every time you worship a man or you think of an idol. He said nothing in heaven. Look at the first commandments. Look at them very carefully. Very carefully. Ponder the meanings of the word. Ponder it. And what you're doing now. Ponder it. And whatever the people that brought up this Isis and all these, this person that is no better than Moses, no better than Elijah, no better than the judges, they bring him up and they made him more than he should. They even make him God. In verse 26, and God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria. God of Israel stirred up the spirit of who? Pul. He stirred up Babylon. He stirred up Gracia. He stirred up who? Rome. He stirred up Spain. He stirred up Portugal. He stirred up the U.S. And you're still putting God on the back burner. He gave them false religion, even that which they added onto their sacred scrolls called the New Testament. He did turn you away backwards because you're a stiff-necked people. This is the way God is. Yes, this is the way he is. A person of the Most High can live the same life as anyone else. God just asks us few things not to do. That's it. Really, the sacrifices of animals, bullocks, and goats, they're to show our adoration and our thankfulness for God's forgiveness. But the fact is, God says, if you just turn away, don't do this no more. This is what God is saying. You say, what am I doing? Look at the commandments. The heathen that tell you about the commandments and all this Egyptian stuff, they don't even know the scriptures themselves. They're turned away in darkness. Even though they read it, they cannot understand it. And the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pool of Assyria and Telgath-Pilneser, king of Assyria, and he carried them away, even the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half tribe of Manasseh, and brought them unto Hala, Habor, and Hara, to the river Goshen unto this day. The day that this was, should I say, written. Yes, this was during that time they were in captivity, that this was written. No, it was found and translated later. See, this is another word play. When they say unto this day, the scribe that wrote this thing down wrote it that day in his language. The historian, or whatever you want to call him. He was writing these things and kept his scrolls with him, or they collected them in a certain place as to what was happening, so that their children might learn and know. God had stirred up the hearts of these men. Yes, the Chronicles of the children of Reuben, the firstborn. Even their father was, he loved God, but yet there was something in his heart. Just like David, that he wanted something that was not his. And we must be careful. And if we do those things that are right before God, especially learn his commandments, statutes, and ordinances, just don't say them. Everybody say you have to do right. Well, what is right? What is the measure of what is right? Everybody has a measure. Every man does what seemeth right in his own eyes. And God said it's the way of death. What is the measure of what is right? Even the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High is the measure by which every man shall be judged. Because Israel failed to judge the people according to that same standard during its time. He allowed effeminacy. He allowed adultery. He allowed all kind of witchcraft and soothsaying and devil worship and idol worship. Everything that's against God, he allowed it when God said put it to death, cut it off. He gave that judgment unto the people. Now, if we do that which is right, now God has to, judgment is handed into God's hand. Yes, Jesus ain't judging nothing. Ain't no Jesus. He ain't judging nothing. God is going to be the judge. It's all throughout the Old Testament. How is that going to change? Tell me something here. And with this, we're going to say, peace.
Walk with me.